Hey everybody, hope you're having a good day today. Welcome back to my channel. Got another video for you guys. Before we get into it, please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, comment below, share the video, all that good stuff. Anyway, let's get down to it. Got an article here from Bleeping Computer. FBI warns of Vice Society ransomware attacks on school districts. And if you've been following the ransomware news, you'll tend to come across various different schools being attacked and hit with ransomware. These schools, like K-12 schools, public school systems, etc., tend to not have a big IT or cybersecurity budget to apply those proper countermeasures and cyber defenses to counteract those types of ransomware attacks. So in turn, the attackers probably figured this out at some point and say, hey, a lot of these school districts are easy targets, soft targets, and we could probably make a quick buck off of them. But let's dive into it here. FBI, CISA, and MS Isaac warned today of U.S. school districts being increasingly targeted by the Vice Society ransomware group, with more attacks expected after the start of the new school year. It says they have recently observed Vice Society actors disproportionately targeting the education sector with ransomware attacks. Today's joint advisory reads, the also anticipated attacks may increase as the 2022-2023 school year begins and criminal ransomware groups perceive opportunities for successful attacks. Right. In regard to this, I had posted a video a while back about the ransomware attack on a school district out in Iowa. That school district must have got hit pretty hard because they had ended up paying that ransom, and these ransoms are relatively large sums of money. See, the Joint Advisory also provides network defenders with Vice Society indicators of compromise, tactics, techniques, and procedures observed by the FBI in attacks as recently as September 2022. Of course, anytime the FBI or CISA, those types of agencies release some kind of alert, TLP white or something like that, they'll usually come with IOCs and it'll have like a summary or a debrief of the TTPs they have observed out there in the environment. So in turn, you can search for those IOCs in your environment, or you can use it as a lessons learned type of report and then apply or implement appropriate countermeasures so that your organization doesn't end up getting owned by ransomware, right? Yep. Recommendations and mitigation sections of the CSA to reduce likelihood and impact of ransomware incidents. Tax on the education sector, mainly targeting kindergarten through K-12 institutions, right, as I already stated that. Massive impact on operations ranging from restricted access to networks and data, delayed exams, and canceled school days to the theft of personal information belonging to students and school staff, right? Like I said, back in my day, we had snow days. We didn't really have to worry about stuff like this, any type of cyber attacks. But nowadays, they got ransomware days. There's been school districts out there, they got hit so hard by ransomware, they had to close down for X amount of days until they got the systems back up and running so students can continue their education. And this is really bad because I do believe in education and you should further education. But when you got these bad guys out here that don't really care, they don't care about the kids, they don't care about the school districts, they just want that money. So they're just going to go in there and start tearing up things. One such attack was closed today by Los Angeles Unified, the second largest school district in the U.S. after ransomware attack took down some of its information technology systems over the weekend. Said they hasn't yet attributed the attack to a specific ransomware gang. Right, so that's another example there. Big school district getting hit with ransomware, and the operators probably did their same operations. I mean, they go in, they'll steal all kinds of personal or sensitive information beforehand, and then they'll hit you with the second part of that attack, which is the ransomware itself, encrypt all your data and systems, what have you, and then they'll hit you with the extortion. Say, hey, you want to decrypt all your systems and data? Well, pay up this ransom. Oh, if you're not going to pay this ransom, fine. We're going to put pressure on you. We're going to release this information that was stolen on the dark web so that we're going to make a buck either way. It's just up to you. But in the end, are you going to pay the ransom? That's up to the business or organization itself. I mean, are you going to trust the bad guys to send you the decryptor to decrypt your information so you can get access to it again? Victims asked to share attack details with the FBI, of course. FBI is always interested in this type of stuff, and they're going to try to acquire that information so in turn they can share it with the various different groups or individuals so they can um, build proper countermeasures in their environment. Network defenders are advised to take measures to defend against and limit the impact of ransomware attacks through prioritizing and remediating known exploited vulnerabilities, training their users, right? This is just best practice stuff right here. Report phishing attempts. Every organization should be doing this stuff. If you got known vulnerabilities in your environment, then you should be working to remediate those vulnerabilities or mitigating them by putting in proper compensating controls, what have you. The FBI asks victims to share logs and other information linked to attacks by seeking any information that can be shared to include boundary logs showing communication to and from foreign IP addresses, a sample ransomware note, communications with vice actors or vice society actors, Bitcoin wallet information, blah, 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 right? Boundary logs, logs from like firewalls, router information, network devices, stuff like that. They want all that good stuff so they can build out those IOCs in their report that they release from these types of attacks. Vice is a threat group known for deploying multiple ransomware strains on their victims' networks, such as Hello Kitty slash Five Hands and Zeppelin ransomware. I don't believe I've heard of those two. They also steal sensitive information or sensitive data from compromised systems for encrypting and later use it for double extortion, as I explained earlier, threatening their victims to leak stolen data if the ransom demand is not paid. One of the group's recent victims is the Australian Medical University of Innsbruck, which was forced to reset all 3,400 students and 2,200 employees' account passwords after a severe IT service disruption and data and the attack being leaked on the gang's data leak website. Microsoft released all that stuff. All right, you can read the rest there. I'm going to have the link to the article posted as usual in the description section, but use this as a lessons learned from these other organizations that have been impacted by ransomware. Learn from their mistakes. Please implement the cybersecurity best practices. Make sure you're doing your due diligence and due care when it comes to information security and cybersecurity. All your IT systems get a good or build a good relationship with other business units, other people in IT, so that when it comes to things like this, it'll be slightly easier to or bypass those roadblocks and then get things done. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and comment below. I'll see you guys later. Have a nice day, and thanks for watching.